I have been lending for almost 22 years, and I have not seen this in a long, long time where home buyers are just walking away from contracts. In fact, there's a lot of articles and information out there that home sale cancellations are hitting records as buyers walk away from contracts. And we want to look at why that is, especially because a lot of that is happening right here in Florida. So, there's inspection issues, there's insurance, and all these things. But the real question is, why are buyers walking away from their contracts?
Little problem in the kitchen, nothing trivial.
You don't want to tell me what happened?
No, I don't. I just want to relax in a nice lukewarm bath.
Hey everyone, this is Race Robinson, your favorite Florida mortgage broker. And yes, inspection issues are some of the reasons the buyers cancel. But I want to dig deeper into this article from Redfin saying that home buyers are canceling deals at the highest rate in record. Over 40,000 U.S. home purchase agreements were canceled in December, equal to 16.3% of the homes that went under contract that month. That's the highest December percentage in record dating back to 2017. Cancellations were highest in Atlanta, Jacksonville, and San Antonio. Buyers frequently back out of deals using their inspection contingency. They may cancel their purchase because of a structural issue that came up during the inspection, even if their primary reason for canceling is that they realize the mortgage payments are too expensive. Now, I don't know how they would really know that, right? That's really subjective, that they were canceling because of a structural issue on their inspection, but it was really because of the mortgage payment. My experience, and I've been doing this for a while, is cancellations are really high right now, and a lot of it is the gulf between the expectation of the seller and the buyer. I think sellers sometimes haven't really adjusted to the market because buyers are in control. They will exercise their contract cancellation if they are not happy with the way the deal is going. I see it time and time again. And sometimes over the small thing. I got a bigger transaction right now where the buyer and seller are a couple $1,000s apart and the seller's threatening to cancel. Should the seller? Well, I can't speak for the seller, but likely they'll have more than $2,000 in cost by canceling and waiting on another buyer. And a lot of it is just you gotta work with the buyer. You got to have been a seller of many houses, both as an investor and, homes that I bought. And when I get a buyer, I work with that buyer as much as possible. So if you're listening to this and you are a home seller, remember, buyers are in charge. And if you're a buyer, man, talk about an opportunity. Not only are sellers doing more, can you demand more from the seller? Look, if I was buying right now, I'd probably demand more from the seller too. They're paying closing costs. They're doing buy downs. They're replacing roofs. They're doing things they just haven't done in a while. And that's because they're being forced to, because really more inventory is leverage. They also say in the article, the good news for buyers, mortgage payments have declined, which they have thanks to drops in mortgage rates and prices. And price growth is also easing. Over 1 in 5, 22.5% pending home sales in Atlanta fell through December, up from 19.6. And Jacksonville at 20.6, San Antonio at 20.6, Cleveland at 20.2, Tampa at 19.4. It's good to note Orlando was like 1 in 5, very high as well. And here was what I was saying is buyers have options and they aren't shy about negotiating to find the right home. So right now, if the takeaway from this, and I would love to get some comments from real estate agents that are active in the market, is do you notice the cancellations going up? Because I talked to agent after agent who've said that buyers have been canceling more than they've seen in the past. I got a transaction coordinator that said they had 6 cancellations last week. And I really think the buyers want these homes, but they are demanding sellers to do sometimes crazy stuff, which I know because I'm in the market, but sometimes things that really the seller's just going to have to do in this market. Now, are we getting like an unhealthy market? I got this article here on foreclosure activity inches closer to pre-pandemic 2019 levels. And they're showing here the foreclosure rate since 2014. So in 2014, it was 121,560. Right now, and it dropped. Look at this, dropped to 8,860 in 2021. Remember, there was a mortgage moratorium, all the way up to 58,000. So are we at a record high? We are not even back to what I think is a normal amount of foreclosures. I did Google how many foreclosures were there in 2009 and 10, and if this is right from Google, it's 2.9 million in 2009. So that is a big difference in foreclosures from where we are now. And I really don't think that the market is unhealthy. We see the amount of inventory coming on the market slowing down. We see rates coming down. There's more programs out there, sellers helping more. The one thing that we don't really have is buyer participation. And what will change that? I actually don't know. I mean, the news media has a big say in that. Some of it is the prices. I see the homeowners insurance is just crazy. I see buyers, shopping different lenders and trying to save $60, $70 a month on their payment. Meanwhile, in the same house, one with a new roof, one with an old roof, it could be a $200, $300 swing in the payment. So a lot of it is the house that you pick as far as the insurance goes, almost more than anything. So again, if you're an agent, comment on how you see the cancellations going. As far as rates, so in March, we are looking at a 90% chance that the Fed will not cut rates. If we go up to the next meeting in April, which this side is really fickle, 71% chance. So it's really probably going to be this summer before we're going to see any type of rate cut, at least by the Fed funds rate. Remember, they're not cutting interest rates, the Fed funds rate. But rates are, dipping still. We're now getting closer to this 6. We've been bouncing around in the 6.25 to 6% range, and that's kind of where rates are range bound right now. Now there are some changes with homeowners insurance. Citizens announced some, premium increases. There's a new law going into effect, an insurance law in July, where insurers can't just automatically decline you because of homeowners insurance or because of the age of the roof. So there are some things changing. We shall see. To me, data is just data, and what you do with it is what matters. If you're a real estate agent, there's a lot of transactions going on right now. The number of transactions nationally is going to go up this year, so there's more opportunity. If you're a buyer, I really feel this is the sweet spot in the market because right now there's less competition, more choices, and more flexible sellers. So if you have any questions on this or anything else, we're going to track all this information and more. Should be interesting into the first quarter, which is right around the corner. Hey, this is Race Robertson, your favorite Florida mortgage broker. Have a great day, great week, and I'll talk to you soon.